Hey, welcome again to another week with Lawn Care with Daryl. Here we are going over our progress on the Project Lawn and where we're at. And this week we did the seeding. So this week we did the seeding, but let's first talk about when's the best time to do your seeding. I've already talked about it some, but I just want to kind of review it here. So the best time to do the seeding for a cool season lawn, which is what we're working with, is when the ground temperatures are between 50 and 65 degrees. Now that equates to the daytime air temperatures of between 60 and 75. And for us, the best time is any time after Labor Day in September, going into like the prime time, which is now the third week of September. So if you remember, we had certain things we had to get done, and we had to have a couple of weeks where we used a herbicide and different things. So knowing the seeding window, you backed up the schedule to get all the other stuff done that we've been doing over all the last several videos. So again, my best time to seed for me is a week of September 21st. And we seeded on the 24th, so hit the sweet spot for us. For the grass seed, GCI Cool Blue, it includes 3 types of fescue, turf top fescue, for about 85% of the mix, and 1 type of bluegrass for the remaining 15%. So for a renovation, the seed recommendation for that product was 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Again, you know, we have about 8,000 square feet, so we needed 80 pounds. I bought a little extra, so if we have any washout or any spot seeding that I need to do later, you have enough. So having a little bit extra is better than having just the right amount. So I used the earthway spreader that we'd used before, and my first application was at a lower setting than what they recommended in the earthway for the size of the grass seed. I did that to get used to it, and I didn't want to over apply the seed and use it up too quickly. So that was a good way to get started. So I applied that over the lawn and realized that I was not applying it enough. So we made some adjustments and went back over it again and added some more. The other product that we applied, of course, was our fertilizer. We applied that the same day we applied the seed. And that product I got was the XST DIY. It's the same as the Greene County X-Mart. It's made by the Carbon Earth Company. It's a homogenization of the N, the P, and the K, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium. And it has, the numbers are 8 nitrogen, 24 phosphorus, and 4 potassium. So it's a really nice fertilizer, good stuff. I tried that. It's the first time I'd use it, and I'm looking forward to see how it works. So I applied it with the Earthway broadcast spreader, both the seed and the fertilizer. And then we went over that with a slit seeder. Now I used a self-propelled slit seeder. That was the way to go. They have some that you can push with hard wheels, but on the completely bare ground and using the self-propelled, the hydraulic transmission, it really was the way to go. So if you can get a self-propelled, anytime you use self-propelled machinery, obviously it's easier than pushing and struggling with the machine. Now, they do have a box on the front of the slit seeder overseeder where you can use their box to apply the seed, but it's actually better to use your spreader that you are familiar with to get your seed down the way you want it at the right rate, and that's what we did. We followed that up using the slit seeder overseeder running across the seed. Now, we ran it in one direction, and then we came back at a 45-degree crosshatch, and that's so you get a better blending of it, how it looks once the seed is put into the ground. So it takes 2 passes with the slit seeder to work the seed in, and we did it about a 1/4 inch depth. In addition to that, we have small areas where the machine couldn't get to, and I used a little garden hand weasel. You just go over there and run it back and forth, get your seed to soil contact, like up under the fence where the machine wouldn't fit, close up to the structure of the house and those sort of things. So we used the garden weasel for that. Then, of course, we've been talking about watering, so we set up the sprinklers to get ready to water for the germination process. And you want to keep the seeds moist. Now, you don't want them soaking wet. You want it moist, and they need to stay moist. So I've set the sprinklers to run multiple times during the day, and after germination, we'll start adjusting that down to a couple of times a day, and then once a day and then every other day. And we'll talk more about the changing of the watering cycle as we go, but it will be adjusted later. Right now, we're up, we're running, and we're just waiting for germination to happen. So hey, welcome here in the lawn. We're out here looking at our progress with the germination we've had. We did the seeding about 7 days ago. Germination was after about 4 days, so we're 7 days post-seed. We've gotten about almost an inch of growth now. We still have some spots that haven't filled in. We're gonna be watching for that, and if we need to, we'll do some spot seeding. So this is not uncommon in what you see. Some pots come in a little thicker, holds the moisture a little differently, but it's all coming in very strongly. And if you look carefully in some of the spots that's more sandy, it looks as if we're not getting anything, but if you look closely, it is. So all of it will start to fill in, and in a couple of weeks or a week or so, if we see some thin spots, we'll go ahead and hit it with the spots that might be a little thin with a little bit more seed. We made sure we kept a little bit of seed and didn't use it all up. That's important. So we're very happy with it. And as you look across the lawn from a distance and it blends all in, it looks real pretty. Now, when you get down close and look right down on it, yeah, you see a lot of empty stuff. But if you get an overall view from further away, it really shows just how well it's coming in and just looks so much nicer. But this is really working out, and we're going to show you more of this probably in another week. It's going to look even better. It's just going to get better and better. And now this is the culmination of it all, seeing the grass actually come up. There's still a little bit more to do as far as how we'll cut the grass and adjust the watering schedule and keeping the leaves off of it, and a few more things that have yet to come on this lawn. But we've really come a long way, and we're really excited about how it worked out. Okay, so there you have it. We finished our seeding, we've got our sprinklers up and running, and we're off to the races now. It's been a long process. We started it the very first week in August, and here we are the third week in September. So that's been several weeks to get all this done. So again, be sure to like and subscribe to the video. Be sure to hit the bell for the reminders of the new content, and let your friends know about it. Share it with them, and we hope to see you back here again.